Adolf Hitler, a name etched in history, a name synonymous with evil. Born in Austria in 1889, his early life was unremarkable. A quiet child, some say, prone to daydreams and fantasies. He longed to be an artist, but his dreams were met with scorn. Rejection fueled his resentment. The world, he believed, was against him. His father, a strict customs official, died when Adolf was young. He was left adrift, his anger simmering. These formative years would shape the monster he would become. World War I erupted across Europe. The year was 1914. Hitler, a young man adrift, found a purpose. He volunteered for the German army, eager to prove himself. War became his crucible. He experienced the horrors of the trenches firsthand. Poison gas, machine gun fire, the stench of death. It forged him into something hard and unyielding. Germany's defeat in 1918 shattered him. He felt betrayed, humiliated. The seeds of his hatred for the Treaty of Versailles and the November criminals who signed it were sown. It was during these years, in the aftermath of war, that Hitler's twisted ideology began to take shape. Germany after the war was a broken nation. Economic depression, political instability. People yearned for a savior. Hitler, a charismatic speaker, offered them a seductive promise, a return to greatness. He joined the German Workers' Party, a small fringe group. Its message resonated with his own twisted worldview: nationalism, anti-Semitism, a yearning for a powerful Germany. The party, soon renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party or Nazi Party, became his platform. His speeches, filled with venom and promises, drew in the disillusioned and the desperate. Step by step through propaganda and intimidation, the Nazi Party gained power. Hitler, the once failed artist, was now a force to be reckoned with. Section 4, Terror's Iron Grip, Hitler's Germany and the Shadow of the Swastika, 1933. Hitler, through a combination of political maneuvering and intimidation, was appointed Chancellor of Germany. Democracy crumbled. The Weimar Republic was no more. Germany was now in the grip of a dictator. The Nazi regime moved swiftly. Political opponents were arrested, imprisoned, or simply vanished. The press was muzzled. Freedom of speech, a distant memory. Germany became a totalitarian state. Hitler's ideology permeated every aspect of German life. Children were indoctrinated. Propaganda was everywhere. Fear and intimidation silenced dissent. Section 5. The world consumed war, genocide, and the ruin of nations. September 1st, 1939. Hitler, driven by his twisted ambitions, unleashed his war machine. Poland was invaded. World War II had begun. The Nazi war machine, fueled by hate and delusion, tore across Europe. Millions perished. But Hitler's ambitions went beyond conquest. He sought to reshape the world in his image. The Holocaust, a word that chills the soul, was the embodiment of his genocidal mania. 6 million Jews were systematically murdered, a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity. Section 6. The bunker's cold embrace, Hitler's downfall and the end of an era. By 1945, the tide had turned. The Allied armies were closing in on Berlin. Hitler, holed up in his bunker, his dreams in ruins, refused to accept defeat. On April 30, 1945, as Soviet forces stormed the heart of Berlin, Hitler committed suicide. His reign of terror was over. The world, exhausted but victorious, celebrated the downfall of the Nazi regime. But the scars of Hitler's evil ran deep. Section 7. Remembering the Abyss, the legacy of Hitler and the importance of history. The world after Hitler would never be the same. The horrors of the Holocaust would forever stand as a warning. We must never forget the victims. We must never forget the lessons of the past. Hitler's legacy is one of destruction, hate, and genocide. But it is also a reminder of the fragility of freedom, the importance of vigilance, and the need to stand up against tyranny in all its forms. We must learn from history, as painful as it is, so that we do not repeat it. We must remember, so that we can build a better future, a future free from hate, a future where such darkness will never rise again.